Chef Cirillo, today we are braising lamb shanks. These are done with a bit of a different technique, if you will.
We're looking at some beautiful lamb shanks from Ontario,
Right.
But people forget about the shank. It's a cheaper cut.
Now the bone imparts flavor as well, does it not, Chef, into the stock?
Absolutely. Any
Okay.
kind of meat that you cook on the bone really gives you a lot of flavor.
Right.
But we want to get our pan nice and hot. You got to hear that sizzle,
You do,
right?
you
You got to
do.
hear that sizzle.
Almost.
We're almost there. We're almost there. So
Wait.
let's. And you know what? That was a great technique there.
Really?
And that's the one thing I always tell people.
Okay.
If you're not sure,
Right.
just take the meat, just place it there. As soon as you start to hear it, no, pull it back.
Yeah.
Wait a few minutes. Don't rush it.
Okay, Chef.
So go ahead.
So
Put
let's
it,
see how
they
this
should be
is
ready to
working.
go. There you go.
I hear the
Beautiful.
noise.
So get the other one in there.
Yes, Chef.
And the biggest mistake that some people would do is they would automatically turn them to the other side.
Right.
We want them to brown now. We want them to caramelize. So
Okay.
you need to leave it. Be patient. Very important.
Very important. Okay.
So look at these vegetables. Look at the color of all these vegetables here. It's all local product that we have here from the Holland Marsh. We have our carrots, celery, we have beets. These are things that your guests are going to talk about at home.
Yeah.
I've never seen those before.
Yeah.
They are conversation pieces. They
They
get
are.
people talking.
So we're trying to get some of this nice color.
I'm just going to grab all these lovely vegetables.
Okay.
I'm going to add them in there.
And this is like one of those one-pot dishes, Chef?
One pot dish.
Ideal.
You're going to take a little bit of our cider.
Okay.
Vinegar, right?
And this is apple cider?
Apple, yeah. You're
Just
gonna
pour it
add
right
that,
in?
yeah. Just pour it in. Nice, pour it in. There you go. Beautiful. Good. Look at that. We can turn our heat down a little bit, okay? Now what we're going to do is we want to add our stock. We can use lamb stock
Right.
or beef stock.
This is beef stock. So all of it in there,
You're going
Chef?
to pour it in now.
Okay.
Beautiful. So you
There
get all
we
that nice
go.
color.
All right.
Beautiful. Now you're going to add your bay leaves in there, and that gives us some nice flavors. Just put your
Okay.
bay leaves in.
Got you, Chef.
And now we're going to raise our heat up a little bit. So now it's going to start cooking. I want a little bit of red wine.
And
Okay.
how much in there, Chef? Quarter cup, half
You know
cup?
what? Just be a little generous. I'll tell you when to stop. Here, go. About half a cup. There you go. Perfect. Now with the herbs, what you do is you always put them in at the last
Okay.
minute and just put them on top.
Okay.
So some recipes will tell you to cook it directly into the oven. It takes a little bit longer. You can cook this on the top, but if it stays on the top, no peeking.
No peeky?
Don't peek.
Just like when you're cooking a cake, your mother would say,
Yeah,
don't go
don't.
near
You
the
know
oven
why?
door, because it'll...
You're releasing the heat.
Right.
Right?
One of the key ingredients in this dish comes from a world-class winery that just happens to be right in our backyard. We visited the family-owned vineyard, Henry of Pelham.
I'm blessed I get to come out here. This is my office. You're standing in my office. But I never take it for granted, I'll tell you. That's the one thing about being on the Escarpment. You never take it for granted because it's so unique and so beautiful. Once you create the formula for beer, you can make it anywhere around the world. This wine can only be made in this little piece of the Escarpment. The flavors that are in that soil are in this wine, and that's what makes it so special. And if you want to taste the Escarpment, you have to buy this specific wine because that's where it's grown. It's also just a phenomenal microclimate between the Escarpment and Lake Ontario. The lake gives off warm air in the winter and cold air in the summer, which moderates this very special area in Niagara. And we can grow fine wine grapes to peaches, apricots, plums. It's a pretty remarkable spot.
Back to the Academy, where Chef Cirillo finally lifts the lid on our lamb.
Now we have over here the finished product, if
That's
you will,
it.
Chef.
That's it. You can just look at that. Look at this shank.
Heavy lid.
Just look at that. So this is a cast iron pot that you can actually cook from start to finish in this pot. All you do is you take this, place it on the table,
Right.
and everybody eats family style,
Right from there.
right from the pot. So put that here.
Now the French technique means that the bone is lovely and clean,
Yep.
and it's all the meat
And you can see how all the meat slid down.
Yeah. So these are beautiful root vegetables with lamb from the Hamilton area, right in the middle of the Escarpment.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look how nice that sauce is.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Do I go right on the top?
Yep, there you go, beautiful. Just don't do it around the rims. I'm not a big fan of
Yeah,
that
I
rim
wondered
stuff,
about that.
you know.
Pepper around the outside. You look like you missed the plate.
That's right.
But that's just me.
That's right.
This is the 2007 Meritage Cabernet Merlot. And here is a glass. So if you serve these together, Chef,
They're a perfect match.
a perfect match.
Perfect match.
Terrific, like salt and pepper.
Absolutely.
Chef Cirillo,
Thank
as
you.
always, thank you.
Thanks again.